Hello and welcome to another video. In this video I have an iPhone 14 Pro Max that come to my shop with no power. Okay guys, my name is Edgar and I'm a micro soldering technician. Like I always say, sorry for my English, but I'm going to try to do my best to explain you how to fix this iPhone 14 Pro Max that come to my shop with no power, okay? So the first thing we are going to do is remove the screws. Remember, I'm going to leave all the tools that I use to fix this phone in the comment and the description on this video. And I'm going to use this QP1 to open it, okay? Remember, to open iPhone 12 and up, don't use force, okay? Always try to use these tools because the screens are so delicate and you don't wanna broke one screen of these models, okay? Because they are really expensive, okay? So I'm going to put this one and I'm going to start up. And I just use alcohol, okay? I put some alcohol in the corner. Some alcohol. And then just like that. Okay, that's it. And now I'm going to open the screen. Okay. Here we go. This is the model with eSIM. So eSIM with no SIM card. So these ones come with some antenna right here, okay, and the bottom of the battery. So we had to be careful, okay. So I'm going to remove all the screws. And now remember, the first thing that you always had to do when you have an iPhone that is not powering is always check the consumption, okay? So I'm going to put my power supply right here. Remember, I have my power supply with 4.2 voltage, okay? And I have 5 amps, okay? So I'm going to connect the battery connector. I'm going to connect the battery right here, okay? And if you can see, we don't have any principal lines involved, right? With no problem, okay? Because we don't have a short circuit right here, okay? This is the first thing that you always had to check. If you have a short when you just connect the power supply, if you have a short there, so you have a problem with the principal lines. Remember, I did a lot of videos of the power boot of an iPhone. So when you have a problem with the principal line, you have to check VCC main, VDD boost, and the line of the battery. Right now, right here, I don't have any consumption. So I'm going to disconnect the power supply and I'm going to connect the screen, okay, just to see what's wrong with this phone, okay? So now I'm going to press the power. Remember, the first second of the power has to be 80 to 120, okay? So I'm going to press. There you go. We have a good power, 1 second power, and it's just staying there, okay? It's just staying there. This is a big problem, okay? Because nothing happened right here. And if you have a little bit of experience, you know this consumption, this phone can be in DFU mode, okay? So I'm going to connect this phone to my computer. If you can see, we have this phone that show you is in DFU mode, okay? iPhone 14 Pro Max. You always had to check the model, okay? Because sometimes it's just saying, for example, iPhone, but don't give you the model number, okay? So right now we have a big problem right here. The first mistake some technicians do is they go to flash and flash this phone. So, but this is not the steps when you have an iPhone like that. You had to first click right here, exit DFU mode. So I'm going to try to do it. I'm going to try volume up, volume down, and then hold the power. Okay. I'm going to hold. Okay. And now I'm going to check one more time and see. This phone is again in DFU mode. Okay. This is in DFU mode. iPhone 14 Pro Max. Okay. So we have a problem right now, but before we flash this phone, the first thing that you have to do is please just check for peripherics. Okay, just disconnect everything, because sometimes you can have a water damage phone and some flex can give you this problem. So I'm going to disconnect everything. I'm going to disconnect this, I'm going to disconnect the cameras, I'm going to disconnect everything. Okay, because sometimes if you have a peripheric with a problem, you can have this kind of problems. Okay, so I'm going to disconnect this one and this one. Okay, so I disconnect all the flex. Okay, and now I'm going to just connect the I'm going to disconnect the cable, the flex power cable, and now I'm just going to connect my screen, and I'm going to connect my power supply. Okay, and now I'm going to bring my microscope, and I'm going to power this phone with my tweezers. Okay, and if you can see, we'll see right now the phone is still in 80, so the phone is still in DFU mode. Okay, so the phone is in DFU mode, nothing to do. See, 80. So this phone, I disconnect everything, so we don't have any problem with peripherics. Okay, so this is the first step. We have a good failure here. We are going to learn a lot of with this phone. So I'm going to bring the motherboard back out of this phone, and I'm going to come back to you guys. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to take out the battery. I have to do a lot of things here, so just give me 1 second. Okay guys, so I have this phone right here, and if you can see, this one come with Captain, so I know for sure someone tried to fix this one. Okay, so this changed everything because maybe they take apart the boards, like I say. See, so someone already removed the take apart the motherboards and everything, and someone tried to fix it. Okay, so this is a little bit complicated for me, and if you can see, someone already removed the NAND. So the NAND, because we can see right there, so the NAND, someone removed the NAND on this one. Okay, so this changed everything. Okay, so I'm going to use my preheater, and I'm going to separate the board, and then I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to check for if this iPhone have everything, or if we are missing something. Okay, so I'm using this preheater. I'm going to bring this. Okay, this one. I'm going to put this one right here, like that. And I'm just going to press this one. So I'm going to start hitting this port. Okay, remember, don't separate the boards and the tiny parts of the motherboard, because you are going to bend the motherboard. So it's better to try to separate the board and this part when it's more bigger, the motherboard. Okay, more I don't know in English, but en Spanish is ancho. Donde está más ancho. I'm going to wait, and I'm going to remember this board. Someone tried to fix it already, so this changed everything, because first of all we had to see what kind of repair the another technician tried to do. So that's why I'm going to separate the boards, because someone already did it. So I had to check if it's some cracks ICs, or if the CPU is removed. I had to check a lot of things. And this motherboard, someone removed the NAND already, someone separated the boards already, so someone for sure tried to fix this phone. Okay, there you go. Okay, I'm going to remove this. Okay. Okay, so I already removed the boards, okay? And I'm going to show you something that is very important. That's why you always had to use a good solder pasta, and you always had to be clean when you guys do this kind of work. Because I talk with my customer, and my customer say, Edgar, I bring this phone to another shop, and the phone have no service, and they try to fix it, and then they just kill the phone, and the phone is no more powering. Okay, the problem with this is when you guys don't take the problem and solve the problem to the customers start talking about technicians in general. And then Apple come and say, oh, we are the only ones that can fix your phone, because if you bring this phone to another shop, they're going to kill your phone. That's why we always had to be honest and try to solve the problem with our customers, and don't do this. Just say, oh, sorry, I killed your phone, here's your phone. No, try to buy another phone if you don't can fix this phone. Okay, this is just an advice for me, because I see this so many times. If we check this phone, someone already tried to fix the baseband, because see, the baseband don't have the resin. And the problem right here is, I don't know why this phone is with a lot of see, a lot of solder pasta everywhere. See, it's solder pasta everywhere. So if you have a solder pasta everywhere, you can have a short circuit. Okay, see, you had to clean this phone before you put these phones together. The B board is really bad. I'm going to check the top board just to see what's wrong with this one. Okay, if we can see, this board is a little bit more clean. Okay, the CPU is there, see, with a lot of okay, see, maybe they applied too much heat on this one. See, they maybe applied too much heat. We always had to be careful when we are checking this kind of and the PEMIC, someone removed this capacitor. I don't know why. I'm going to see what capacitor is that. And okay, so the phone looks good. Okay, and the top board. Okay, so I'm going to connect the power supply just to try to power on the top board. Okay, going to connect this one, and I'm going to come back right here, and I'm going to try to power on this phone. Okay, remember the is this one. Okay, I'm going to power. Okay, see, if we can see, it's still an 80, so we have a big problem right here. We have a big problem because this phone, we take apart the B board, and it's still in the same condition. It's in DFU mode. The problem that I have right here is someone removed the NAND. Okay, someone removed the NAND already, so this is a big mistake. Just because someone removed the NAND, I had to remove it and see what's wrong in the button. And I'm going to show you a technique that I can say if the CPU is bad or the CPU is good. Okay, so I'm going to come with my microscope, and I'm going to remove this NAND. Okay, I'm going to remove this NAND. I'm going to use 360. Okay. And we are going to try to remove this NAND. Okay, there. See this NAND, someone tried to, someone did the reball already, so for sure someone tried to fix this one. Okay, I'm going to use solder wick. Just clean this one like that. Going to put some flux. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to bring the alcohol, and I'm going to clean it. Okay. Okay. I'm going to try to do something just to know if the CPU is it's good or if the CPU is bad. If the CPU is bad, so we are going to finish the video just right here, because I had to talk with my customer and say, you know what, your CPU, we had to do a reball on your CPU, okay, and they had to approve this repair. So the thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to just to know, because they maybe applied too much heat on this repair, and they maybe desolder the CPU, and that's why the phone is in DFU mode. Okay, so to know if the CPU is good or not, I'm going to flash this phone with no NAND. Okay, when you guys do this and you flash this phone with no NAND, you had to see if the phone is give you Apple logo or not. If the phone give you Apple logo and the phone pass to DFU to recovery mode and then show you the Apple logo, our CPU is good. So maybe the problem is just NAND or another line, right? But if we don't see any Apple logo and the phone stay in DFU and the software, so that means the CPU is maybe the solder. We had to do a reball on the CPU, okay? But before to do the reball on the CPU, so I had to talk with my customer and say, you know what, your CPU is gone. This is so bad. Okay, so I'm going to show you something right here. I'm going to bring my cable. Okay, I have my cable. I'm going to connect this phone to my computer. Okay. So oops, sorry. Just to make sure I connect the screen, okay? Okay. So I'm going to connect the phone to my computer, and I'm going to open 3U tool. Okay. So now I'm going to go flash. I'm going to select firmware, import. Okay, right there. Okay, so if you see, the phone is in DFU mode, so we had to see this one in recovery mode. If we see this in recovery mode, that means that the CPU is good, okay? So I'm going to start flashing this phone. Flash, I'm going to switch. Right now it's extracting software, okay? So we'll see. I'm going to tell you when we are going to have an error right here. So see, if enter in recovery mode, the phone is trying to enter in recovery mode. Is in recovery mode, we had to see Apple logo. Nothing happened. See, the phone is start trying to enter in recovery mode, and the phone is still with no Apple logo. That's really bad. Bad. For me, that's a CPU. Okay, I'm going to drink some water. For me, we had to do a reball on the CPU. Just with this technique. I'm going to connect another camera, and I'm going to show you something with the oscilloscope, okay? If we see this, the phone never come to recovery mode, and I still have the phone with no Apple logo. So that's really really bad, okay? I have a line that we always can check just to make sure the CPU it's still there, okay? So see, we have a error right here, okay? Unable to switch to DFU mode to recovery mode. This switch, the CPU and the RAM is the in charge to do this, to switch and DFU to recovery mode. Okay, so that's why I always do this technique. And if I don't see the Apple logo, that means the CPU is desoldered. Okay, so I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to come with right here with the NAND. Maybe we have some schematics. No, we are not going to have schematics. We don't have a schematic, so how I can know? Let me see if the iPhone 14 have schematics, or at least the name of the lines. I need the name of the line. No, we don't have schematics and we don't have names. I always in iPhone, for example, iPhone 13 Pro Max, for example, we don't have schematics in this one too. iPhone 12 Pro Max, okay. If I come to iPhone 12 Pro Max and we check the NAND, we always have this clock. This clock AP to NAND 24 megahertz. This line is so important. I always like to check this line because if when we see this line and we check with our oscilloscope that we have the clock right there, that means the CPU is still there. The problem with iPhone 14 is we don't have a schematic, so I don't know where is the line of the clock. Okay, let me see if I can maybe do this. Maybe this one come to our CPU. I'm going to try to find the clock. Okay, I'm going to try to find the clock. How I do it is I just connect the power supply, and I'm going to power on the phone just like that. Using DFU mode with NAND, no NAND. So I'm going to bring my oscilloscope right here with my oscilloscope. So I'm going to come to storage, default. I'm going to open, and I'm going to connect this one to ground, and I'm going to check this line. So this one say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, so I check all the lines and I don't have any clocks. So for sure, 100%, this phone have a problem with the CPU. Okay, so the CPU, we had to take apart the CPU, put it back, and see if now change to DFU to recovery mode. So I'm just going to leave this video right here because I had to talk with my customer that we had to do CPU on this phone. But I leave this tip to you, okay? This is so important to check. If the power sequence of an iPhone, we always had to have a step by step. This is the last step I do when I have a problem with no power. The problem with this phone is because someone tried already to fix it. So that's why I come directly to the NAND. I remove the NAND, try to upload the iOS, and then see if I have a Apple logo or no. If I have a Apple logo, that means the CPU is good, nothing happens. So maybe we have a problem with the NAND or another lines like I2C, PCI, something like that. But if you don't have Apple logo, just stay there. Don't do anything more. With NAND, without NAND, you had to have an error here, but you had to see when the phone switched to DFU to recovery mode and show you the Apple logo. That means your CPU is soldered good. Okay, so I leave your comments and just tell me if you know this tip or not. So now you know if you don't have Apple logo when you restore, the phone is bad. Okay, see you in the next video, and follow me on my Instagram. I'm going to leave my Instagram right here just to see if the customer say, okay, you can do the reball on the CPU, and if I can fix this phone. See you next time. Bye.